So I'll bring you the grid for this one, set by the quickest time for each car in qualifying this morning. And in pole position it is the number treble 1 Tim Gray Motorsport Praga. That's driven by Richard Wells and Alex Kapadia. Alongside them number 29, the current Praga Championship leaders, the CW Performance car of Chris Westmail and Richard Morris, the Racing Pride founder. Second row, number 85, run by Praga Race Academy and Motorswan. That's Jay Morton and Angus Fender. Alongside them, the Three Lions car. That car programmed to have 3 drivers in this weekend's races. Gordy Much, Abby Eaton, who we heard from earlier, and Ash Dibden. Their car is on the second row. Row 3, number 91, the Powerhouse Performance Praga of Jack Faby and Charlie Martin. Alongside number 84, the VR Motorsport car. That's the Praga of the Bridle twins, Ed and Chris Bridle. Row 4 of the grid, number 7, which is James Walker and Miles Lacey, the 2 YouTubers. James Walker, Mr. JWW as he's known. They're driving the Works Praga number 7, alongside the number 31, which is the solo-driven Praga of Rod Goodman. On row 5, number 87, that of course Jimmy Broadbent and Jem Hepworth in the number 87 Gold Praga. And the first non-Praga on the grid alongside them, number 77, Dave Scaramanga and Will Powell in their McLaren 650S, the Motorswan with Moorgate's car. On the 6th row, number 3, first appearance of Johnny McGregor, the Mac G Racing car this season. That's the Tyrannis, the Ultima-based car, alongside number 144, which is the first of the Class 3 cars, the Ferrari of Chris Goddard and Charlie Hollins, the RNR Performance Cars machine. Row 7, a pair of Porsches, number 37, the SG Racing car of Mark and Peter Cunningham, starts alongside number 69. That's Marcus Fothergill and Dave Bennett, the Bespoke Defenders, I should say, sponsored car. That's Marcus Fothergill's business, a Land Rover specialist, sharing with professional photographer Dave Bennett. On row 8, it's Team Brits, number 68, with their Aston Martin, Bobby Trundley and Aaron Morgan. That's the quickest of the Class 4 cars. Alongside them, number 60, EDF Motorsports, Ash Woodman and Martin Byford in their Cupra TCR car. On row 9, number 78 should be next, but I think we've had an amendment to the grid there. It's just come through. Yes, 78 will be sent to the back, so Tim Docker's car won't be there. He's had a technical infringement during qualifying, so the next row of the grid will be numbers 138 and 6. 138 is Hugo Cook and Sasha Caccard in their Audi S3. And starting alongside them, number 6, Nathan Wells and Mark Stewart in the Digiplat BMW. So a couple of cars with technical infringements during qualifying. So 138 and 6 on row 9. The 10th row, number 9, Peter Erseg with the PB Racing Porsche. Alongside 38, the Albert family, Dale and Mark Albert in their Aston Martin, the Triple M automotive car. Row 11 is number 88, the Thompson family in their Jaguar F-Type, the New Barn racing car. Alongside then number 66. We're not sure if that car is starting, the Motorswan number 66 Cupra. Nicole Drought on her first appearance of the season alongside Danny Krivich in the Motorswan Cupra. They had an incident during qualifying, so may not be starting. And then the 3 cars that have been sent to the back of the grid following technical infringements in qualifying. 78 is Tim Docker with his VW Golf TCR. 44, the CTR Alpha Tune Cupra of Alex Day and Will Foster. And finally, number 99, Jonathan Beeson and George Healer in their Cupra TCR, the shared Autosports machine. Let's try and get the reasons for those changes to the grid in just a moment. No news at the moment, and again, apologies, we haven't got the starting drivers for this one. This will be a 60-minute race. And here they go, off and rolling behind our pace car. Now, it's normally Richard Wells that takes the start in the 111 car, so I would expect it's him on pole position. Handing over to Alex Capadia later on, the Tim Gray run Praga. So we'll let you know there's the Tyrannis, the yellow car there, Johnny McGregor Raced a number of interesting creations in this championship over the years. Not sure if we're not missing a couple of the Pragas there from the back of their pack, so whether they've had problems. Audis, BMWs, Porsches, Aston Martins, great variety in this Goodyear-sponsored Britcar Endurance Championship. There's the Nathan Wells Mark Stewart BMW, Peter Essex Porsche. Yes, I definitely only see 6 Pragas, unfortunately, so whether the others are starting from the back, I'm not sure. There's the blue Ferrari, Chris Goddard and Charlie Hollings. Charlie, the quicker of the two. The Team Brit Aston Martin, number 68. .38 is the Albert family, ex-Ginetta racers in their Aston Martin GT4. One of the Cupras at the back there. We do seem to have lost a few cars since qualifying, I have to say. Richard Wells in pole position, number 111, alongside the number 29 car, which is the Wesmail Morris Praga. They now start to form up 2 by 2, ready for a rolling start. This is race 5 of the Goodyear Britcar Endurance Championship 2021. The Alex Day Will Foster Cupra at the back of the field. Pace car pulling into pit lane. Up over the line they come. And away they go. Down towards the first corner. It is the 111 car, the Tim Gray Motorsport machine, who leads them away. Down towards Cascades for the first time. It's Pragas 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then the Taranis ahead of the McLaren. They start to sort themselves out around the circuit. Out towards Ireland for the first time. So it's the Pragas dominant at the front of the field at the moment. 69 there, that's the Marcus Fothergill, Dave Bennett Porsche chasing Chris Goddard and Charlie Hollings Ferrari. Good start by Hugo Cook and Sasha Kakard in the Audi S3 TCR Saloon. But it's the 111 Praga that leads, the 29 Praga, the CW Performance car, in second place. It looks like it's the number 85 in third position. There's the Taranis, Johnny McGregor trying to make a move on the inside, challenging one of the Pragas there. That's the 91 car, Jack Fabi and Charlie Martin. The blue Ferrari looking good there in the sunshine, chasing the number 60. That's the Ash Woodman and Martin Byford Cupra, the EDF Motorsport car. It's the Pragas dominating overall proceedings as expected. The first 4 breaking away. One car flashing the lights there, the Jack Fabi Charlie Martin car trying to make its way through there. They start to sort themselves out. Then there's Rod Goodman, number 31, the Motus 1 Praga in fourth. But it's 111 that leads from 29 by just over a second. Tim Gray Motorsport from CW Performance. A couple of Pragas towards the back of the pack, as I expected there, starting to make their way through. Now we pick up the race order on the left of your screen. There's the number 87, started from the back. I'm not sure why there. The grid rather out of kilter there. I think a couple of cars may have started from the pit lane, so apologies for the confusion there. But We've now got a couple of Pragas coming through the field to join this group at the front of the pack. It's Tim Gray Motorsport leading from CW Performance, VR Motorsport number 84 in third. That's the Bridle twins. And behind them, Rod Goodman in the black and yellow number 31 car there. Then two more Pragas, the 85 car, that is the blue and gold machine. That's Jay Morton and Angus Fender, the ex-British GT racer. Then the number 91, which is the Jack Fabi Charlie Martin car. There's the McLaren of number 77, Will Powell and Dave Scaramanga. They've lost the lead of the class to Johnny McGregor. He's leading Class 1 in the Taranis. At the end of the first lap, leading Class 3 was the blue Ferrari, the RNR Performance Cars Ferrari of Goddard and Hollings. Class 4 is being led by the team Brit Aston Martin, and unfortunately in Class 2 we haven't got any entries. So the race starts to sort itself out then. Fastest lap of the race by number 29, Richard Morris, I think it is, who has started that car, along with Chris Wesmail. First four well clear at the front. A battle for fifth between a pair of the Pragas, the 85 and the 91. Praga Race Academy and Powerhouse Performance. There's the Class 4 battle going through. Team Brit in the Aston Martin ahead of the Cupra of EDF Motorsport. Albert under fire from the Day Foster Cupra towards the back of the pack. Here's the number 7, that's the car shared by Mr. JWW, James Walker and Miles Lacey. Gorgeously liveried number 7 Praga. Who's he got behind him? That's the Three Lions car, the Gordy Muchabi Eaton and Ash Dibden car. There's the 87. We don't know, unfortunately, if it's Jimmy Broadbent or Jem Hepworth who started that car. We didn't get the starting drivers, I'm afraid. They're further down the pack. Yeah, quite a few cars started from the pit lane there after a late start. There are the two leaders, 111 and 29. The Wells Capadia Praga R1 ahead of the 29 version. CW Performance, Chris Westmail and Richard Morris. They graduated from the 750 Motor Club Sports 1000 series where they first made their name. Richard Wells came from the field of Radical Racing. Through Cascades go the leaders then. New fastest lap of the race for 111, 137.030. Little bit of onboard footage here from the number 68 car. That's the Bobby Trundley, Aaron Morgan, Team Brit, Aston Martin. Team Brit, of course, helping those with physical and psychological handicaps to go racing. Aaron Morgan, one of their drivers, the wheelchair-bound racer, sadly paralysed in a motocross accident several years ago, sharing with Bobby Trundley. Through come the leading Pragas. Pragas, of course, in their own championship. Everybody else in the Goodyear Britcar Endurance Championship. The Class 1 leader is still the Taranis in 7th overall. Mac G Racing, Johnny McGregor driving solo in this race. Second in Class 1 is the McLaren. They're separated by almost 5 seconds. It's just under a second between the two overall leaders, the two Pragas. Leaders down towards Old Hall. Well, we said this white Praga is always very quick off the line, often shoots into the lead at the start of races, and that's just what it's done here, increasing its lead by 7/10 of a second on that previous lap over the 29. In second place, the points leader in the Praga Championship. There's the 91, the Jack Fabi and Charlie Martin car. Through the Shell Oils hairpin, and here's a battle further back. Two Pragas, three Pragas together. Total of 24 cars out there for this first of two races here today. There's the Albert family Aston Martin, chased by the Alex Day, Will Foster Cupra, Get your words out eventually, Goddard. Peter Erscheg's Porsche behind them. Towards the Shell Oils hairpin, the Hepworth Broadbent 87 Praga, chased by the treble 3, the 3 Lions Praga, and that number 7, James Walker and Miles Lacey. Behind them is the McLaren, so the Praga's showing their overall pace now. That trio have got ahead of the McLaren. That's for 8th, 9th and 10th. Their next target will be the Tyrannus, number 3, leading Class 1. Number 87, I think it's Jem Hepworth that's started that car. Treble 3 there, possibly Abby Eaton at the wheel of that one, who we heard from earlier. Showing the pace of the Pragas here. They've had to give best to the Class 1 GT cars, the likes of the Nissan GTR and John Seal and Jamie Stanley's Lamborghini so far this season. But those cars not here this weekend, so the Praga's given a chance to show what they can do. 77 of Scaramanga and Powell. They're second in Class 1, the McLaren 650S GT3. Just one class rival here this weekend, the Tyrannus. We hope to see Frank Pell in his Lamborghini Huracan back out, but he sadly withdrew. No runners in Class 2, which is normally the Ferrari 488 Challenge. The Ferrari's racing elsewhere this weekend. The 87 Praga has lost a couple of spots there because the 3 Lions car and the number 7 VR Motorsport Run car have got through. So change among the Pragas. I hope that's not a problem for the 87 car. It seems to be dropping away there. Try and keep an eye towards the gold car. There's the Tyrannus, Johnny McGregor. Mac G Racing running that car. He's raced a variety of different machines in this series over the years, including, if I remember rightly, the Aquila a few years ago, and also an Arinara Husaira as well, the Polish-built car. The Jaguar F-Type has been lapped. Callum and Adam Thompson driving that car, the New Barn Racing car. There's the Cunninghams in their Porsche. They've got ahead of the blue Ferrari. Now that's a change for the lead of Class 3, I think. Yes, so the Porsche, the yellow Porsche now leading Class 3. Class 4 is still being led by Team Brit in their Aston Martin, but only just ahead of the Woodman and Byford Seat Cupra TCR. There's the 87 car, it's the Broadbent Hepworth car, being caught now by the McLaren once again. Of Will Powell and Dave Scaramanga, the ex-Castle Combe Saloon car star. The pit window not yet open. There is one of the TCR cars, that's the number 99 of Jonathan Beeson and George Healer. Not sure that is a Cupra, it looks like a Golf to me. Maybe they've changed car. On 3/8, Hugo Cook and Sasha Kakard in the Audi. They're quite well up in the points in Class 4 of the championship at the moment. It's Team Brit who are leading Class 4 in the points coming into this round, Bobby Trundley and Aaron Morgan. Marcus Fothergill and Dave Bennett, the pace setters in the points in Class 3. Class 1, of course, it's John Seal and Jamie Stanley. No, apologies, I tell a lie. Bon Grimes and Johnny Molem are the points leaders in Class 3 with their Ferrari 458s. I thought that was a Class 2 car for some reason. Apologies there. John Seal and Jamie Stanley, the championship leaders in Class 1. They're not out this weekend. And the Praga points led by Chris Westmail and Richard Morris. Speaking of Praga, the 87, Goldie as it's known, under fire from the 77 McLaren. Will Powell and Dave Scaramanga, the Motor1 with Moorgate's car. Wonderful to see such potent cars in this championship. Well, there is the Class 1 leader, the yellow Tyrannus. He's got a pair of Pragas swarming all over him there. So a battle developing here. There is the Tyrannus, losing out though to triple 3. I think it's Abby Eaton in that car, the treble 3. And then the 7 Praga behind him. So Mac G Racing has lost the place there. He won't mind though, Johnny McGregor, because they're in different classes, so he still leads his class. First time we've seen the Tyrannus on track this year. Behind him there's the 7 Praga. Praga's the Czech Republic built car, as their name suggested, powered by turbocharged Renault engines. Through they come up over Hilltop. This is the battle for 7th overall. Still your leader overall is 111, and they've pulled away now, the Tim Gray Motorsport Prague, nearly 5 seconds clear of the field. Of course, pit stops to come yet. And the different classes will have penalties for the second race as well. A few extra seconds for the top 3 in each class at their pit stops. 15 seconds for a class win, 10 seconds for second place, and 5 seconds for third. Lapping the Jaguar F-Type there. The 7 car trying to make a move here on the number 3 Tyrannus. Based on an Ultima sports car design, that car, but plenty of changes to it. Still leading Class 3 is the SG Racing Porsche, the Cunningham family. Class 4 Team Brit in the Aston Martin. It's first of 2 races today for the Britcar Endurance Championship. There's a battle between the number 9 of Peter Erseg and the 99. That is a Golf, it's not a Cupra, so an error on my entry list there. TCR Golf on the back of the Porsche of Erseg. Currently fighting for 21st place and 6th in Class 4, so every place being keenly contested here. Here come the Albert family in the Aston Martin, the Triple M automotive car. They're 19th, behind them in 20th the CTR AlphaTune Cupra. And they're going to be lapped by our race leader, the Tim Gray Motorsports Praga. Coming up to the 45 minutes to go mark, so already a quarter of the way through this race. It's gone quickly so far, this first Britcar race of the day. Peter Erseg still holding off the 99 of Jonathan Beeson and George Healer, the TCR Golf. There's Team Brit, they lead Class 4, but only just. This is the battle for the lead of Class 4. Ashley Woodman in the Cupra shared with Martin Byford. I think it's Ash who started the race. Martin Byford, the ex-touring car racer, his team partner. Aaron Morgan and Bobby Trundley for Team Brit lead the class. They're 13th and 14th overall, these two, separated by less than a second. Up Clay Hill towards Druids they go. Well clear of, in third in the class, the Simpsons Motorsport Audi of Cook and Cackard. The Class 4 leaders down into Lodge. These two have had a good battle at Snetterton as well, I remember. Markedly different conditions to today. It was very wet at Snetterton. So 1/4 of the way through this first Goodyear Britcar Endurance Championship race of the day. And we have a safety car, so something's happened somewhere. The safety car is coming out. Yellow flags around the circuit, so something has happened somewhere. Someone has come to grief. So the field will slow up. No overtaking, and they will form up behind the safety car, trying to see who we may have lost. The Jaguar F-Type seems to have dropped down the timing screen to the bottom, so it might be that's stranded somewhere on the circuit. I know New Barn Racing have had a few engine issues with that car. So we'll wait and see what happens here, what the reason for the safety car is. It has picked up our leader round at the back of the circuit, so the safety car driven by Gareth Newton. There's the reason. It is the Jaguar F-Type that has come to a stop. I think that's out towards Island Bend, up towards the Shell Oils hairpin. It's come to grief there. It's a great shame for New Barn Racing. That's very smart Jaguar F-Type, one of the few F-Types in competition in the UK. They've had repeated engine issues with this car. It looks like the gremlins have struck again. And the 88 car out of the race. There is the driver. Whether it's Callum or Adam Thompson, we do not know, unfortunately. But the safety car is out. Now, is the pit window going to open while the safety car is out? We've seen this a couple of times here. The pit window opens after 20 minutes, so it's looking likely. There's only 2 minutes until the 20-minute mark in this race. So the car's forming up behind the safety car then to allow the marshals time to remove that stranded car of New Barn Racing. It's on the inside of the Shell Oils hairpin, just before the entry to the hairpin that's pulled up. There's the leader, the Wells Capadia Praga. There's number 78, Tim Docker, with his Volkswagen Golf. TCR spec car, currently running at the tail of the field. He's been lapped. Quite a few cars are lapped down. And there's the recovery vehicle. You can see the marshals in action here and the recovery teams. Our thanks again for their services. We could not go racing without our team of volunteers out there. See a few of the Pragas that have started lapping traffic further back. The very back of the field there, that's the number 32 Porsche, which is currently leading Class 3, the yellow Porsche, the Cunningham family. They've been with Britcar for many years now. Been racing Porsches for even longer, as have Marcus Fothergill and Dave Bennett, repairing car 69, just going through there. The Jaguar being towed away, that's the Shell Oils hairpin, that's the end of their race. Where is our Class 3 leader? The Cunninghams in their very smart Porsche 911. That's a 997 GT3 Cup. As we said, they've had that car in this championship for a few years now. There's a whole set of Pragas. That's the battle for fourth place overall. 31 Rod Goodman ahead of the Motus in the Motus 1 car, ahead of the Powerhouse Performance car. 91 of Fabi and Martin. Okay, I think the car is now being cleared. The American tow truck, there it is. Pulling the Jaguar F-Type up over Hilltop. That's going to be heading back to the paddock. Hopefully they can get that car out again for race 2. The grid for the second race, incidentally, set by the second fastest time for each car in qualifying, not by the result of race 1. As it previously used to be. So Wells and Capadia still with the lead, ahead of the number 29 in second, which is Chris Wesmail and Richard Morris. Third place, we have number 84 Praga, which is the Bridle family, Ed and Chris. Fourth, number 31 Rod Goodman. Fifth are number 91 Jack Fabi and Charlie Martin. Sixth, Triple Three, Gordy Much, Abby Eaton and Ash Dibden. Seventh, number 85, which is Jay Morton and Angus Fenders Praga. Eighth, number 7, James Walker and Miles Lacey. Ninth, number 3, which is the Tyrannis, leading Class 1, Johnny McGregor. And 10th, number 87, Jem Hepworth on board that car, sharing with Jimmy Broadbent. The pit window is open, and the first cars have come in. The first three cars to make their stops were the blue Ferrari, number 144, the Team Brit Aston Martin and EDF Motorsports in the Cupra. Now they're just rejoining at the moment. I can tell you the Aston Martin has retained its lead in the pit lane ahead of the Cupra. Well, they're together then. They're the first to stop. Now, are we going to go racing again this time? No, the lights are still on the safety car. I think most drivers are going to come into the pits this time. So it looks like everybody's coming into the pit lane this time. We know Team Brits, who we ride with now, has already been in. Now, is there anybody there who has not come in this time? Maybe one or two have kept going. We'll have to wait and see. Most of the field has now come in to make their stops. There they are. And so it's going to be a complete jumble on the timing screen for the next couple of laps because pit stops and driver changes in progress. The cars that stayed out on that lap, there's not many of them. The Team Praga 3 Lions, number treble 3, and the number 7 James Walker and Miles Lacey car. The SG Racing Porsche, number 32, the Cunninghams stayed out. The number 99 Seat has stayed out. That's the... no, it's the Golf, isn't it? The Beeson and Healer car. That stayed out. And everybody else has come in. So there's only 4 cars that didn't pit that time through under the safety car because the safety car may well be coming in on this lap around. We'll wait and see. So it's going to be a confused race order for the first couple of laps of the restart then. There's the cars that didn't come in. They're now behind the safety car. Yes, just those 4. A pair of Pragas, the TCR Golf, number 99, and the number 32 Porsche. They're the only cars that haven't come in so far. Everybody taking the chance to pit under the safety car. You lose less time that way because you can catch back up again. The light's still on top of the BMW. So we may do another lap here. On board with the number 60 car, that's the Ash Woodman Martin Byford Cupra TCR. And there you can see the Team Brit Aston Martin ahead of them. So they pitted together. They were 2 of the first cars into the pit lane along with the Chris Goddard Charlie Hollings Ferrari. Charlie Hollings will now be on board that car. It was started by Chris Goddard. No relation, incidentally. Okay, the 2 Pragas that were behind the safety car have come in, as has the SG Racing Porsche. Now, what's this going to do to the race order? Has the number 99 car come in as well? No, I don't think it has. We'll wait and see if that's come in. No, just the 3 cars in pit lane. And we are now back underway. So 3 cars in pit lane. The race is back underway. The safety car has come in. So have they left it a little too late there? We're back under green flag conditions. We're going to wait to see who comes out in the lead. I suspect it will be the Charlie Hollings Chris Goddard Ferrari, because that was the first car to come into the pits. We'll wait and see how the timing screen all cycles through at the moment. Well, the green flag is out, then we're back underway. And we'll wait and see what happens when everything cycles through. Looks to me as though the 29 car has got ahead there of the 111, the CW Performance Praga. Yes, they have. So that's for the lead of the race. The Wells Capadia car fighting back, but they're in back marker traffic. So 29 has gained it there. We'll see what happens as they come over the line this time through. So that's effectively for the lead of the race between those two Pragas. It'll take time to cycle through, of course, because everybody's stopping on different laps. 29 there, the Westmail and Morris car now has the de facto overall lead ahead of the 111 of Wells and Kapadia. So they will be your top two when everything has cycled through following the pit stops. I think third is the 85 car of Jay Morton and Angus Fender. Just going to have to wait till my timing screen has cycled through. Triple One having a look here as they come down into Knickerbrook. Now showing at the top of the times are the three cars that came in a lap earlier. That's the 144 Ferrari, the blue Ferrari of Charlie Hollings. I thought that might appear at the top ahead of the Team Brit Aston Martin and the number 60 Seat Cupra, the EDF Motorsports car. So they came in earlier and have got the advantage here. Now let's see how it works out. It should be, though, these two Pragas that appear at the top of the times eventually. Let's wait and see what happens as they cycle through. These two are fourth and fifth. Now, can they catch the three cars ahead? What's the gap? They are lapping considerably quicker, of course, the Pragas, than the lower class cars ahead of them.
We're here with current race leader Richard Wells. You made an excellent start to the race there.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we obviously had an advantage starting on pole position. I just wanted to, make sure we had a good start going into turn one. Make sure we stayed in the lead, obviously. And then really from there, just wanted to make sure we had some clean gaps and pull a gap to the car behind and leave the cars behind us to scrap it out, really. Which, looking at lap times, has been fairly consistent. I was pulling a gap on P2, so I just wanted to hand over to Alex with a decent gap. And then obviously we had a safety car, so coming in, as always, it's a bit pandemonium with the pit stop. So I think there's been some position changes during that period, but we're keen to see what Alex can do now, and hopefully he can get us back into the lead.
And did the yellow flag come a bit too early for you, or was it round about the right time?
A bit too early, really. I could have done with, at least a few more laps. I think, the pace we had was strong. I think we could have built more of a margin. But when there's a safety car, it's the most logical time to come in and pit to minimise loss of time. So, the team made the right decision, and Alex, he can pedal that car, so I'm sure he'll do well.
Yeah, let's see what he can do and see where he ends up.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Well, we hear from Richard Wells there, and as we were hearing from him, his car, now driven by Alex Kapadia, is all over the number 29 of Westmail and Morris. This is for fourth overall, the lead of the Pragas. And they are now going to try and catch up with the three cars that pitted a lap before them. Currently leading the race is Charlie Hollings in the 144 Ferrari, the RNR Performance Cars machine. 68 of Team Brit in second place, and EDF Motorsports number 60 in third. But of course the Pragas lapping much faster, and they should catch them up. Sixth place overall at the moment is the number 85 Praga. They go up towards Clay Hill and Druids. It's the battle for the lead in the Praga category, and for fourth overall, the three ahead of them. Let's have a look at the gaps between the two of them. It's the Ferrari going clear of the two Class 4 cars as expected. The battle between 68 and 60 is some 40 seconds down on Charlie Hollings. So there we see the number 60 car, which is in third place overall, behind the 68 of Team Brit. 27.5 minutes of this race to go then. There's the 68 team Britcar. That's leading Class 4 in second overall. And now, look, the Pragas have almost caught them. So the Pragas have very quickly caught these two up in Class 4. They're lapping the Pragas about 10 seconds a lap quicker than these two. And look at the 85 car go. They've done the fastest lap of the race. So I reckon it's Angus Fender on board that 85 car now, shared with Jay Morton. And he's almost caught these two up. There's the blue and gold machine, number 85. The Pragas have caught Ash Woodman and Martin Byford's Cupra up towards Druids. As we look at the Class 3 leading, number 32. No, not the Class 3 leading car, because of course it was the Ferrari. And in fact, the Ferrari that was leading overall has come back into the pit lane. So the 144 car is back in. I haven't had any notification of a penalty for that car. Now we'll try and see what's happened there. It has now gone back out, I think, the 144. So whether that was a stop-go penalty, I'm not sure. We've not had any notification of that. Okay, so the Ferrari has rejoined after a second stop. We know not why. The pit window is still open. There's one car that's, according to my screen, still hasn't come in, and that's the number 99 Sheared Autosport Golf. So we've got 25 minutes of this race to go. Well, there is the Ferrari. Now, where is he in relation to the Team Brit Aston? He's behind it there. So this is for the lead of the race. There is the Team Britcar. So we've got our race leader, number 68, which is the Team Britcar. But I think the Pragas may have gone through by now on these two. There is the Ferrari. Now, where has that come back out? It's down to 5th. So the Team Brit Aston now down to 4th. The three Pragas have gone through. Well, there is the now the lead battle. They've come through past the Ferrari after it made that pit stop, and it is Alex Capadia who has retaken the lead from the 29 of Wesmail and Morris, with Angus Fender and Jay Morton's Praga up there in 3rd. So these three cars split by about a second, fighting for the lead. Well, the 99 car has now made its stop. Jonathan Beeson and George Healer. That's the last car to make its pit stop. Just ahead of the BMW there, number 6. We've got a Praga slowing. That's the 333 car. That's the Three Lions car. Gordy Much, Abby Eaton, Ash Dibden. That car pulling off at Knickerbrook there. There's some sort of an issue. The 333 car hasn't had much luck this year, it has to be said. Yep, that car out of the race. The leaders in backmarker traffic. It is still the 111 Praga that leads. Alex Capadia has raced in LMP2 prototypes, among other things, internationally over the years, so has a lot of experience. The 5. At the lead that Alex Kapadia has pulled out this time through as the 85 car there gets a wheel on the grass, lapping Peter Urseg in the Porsche. Leaders come out of Lodge into Deer Leap. Leader heads through Old Hall, coming up to lap the number 32, which is the Cunningham Porsche. Marshall's dealing with the stranded car there at Knickerbrook, so the yellow flags are out, no passing into the chicane there. As the Tim Gray Motorsport Praga in the hands of Alex Kapadia continues to lead. There's Tim Docker, number 78. Oh, he's got some damage. He's hit something. The number 78 there. '85 there of Fender and Morton. That's the Praga Race Academy car, all over the back of the CW Performance car. There's the blue Ferrari. That's down to 5th now behind the Pragas. Didn't take them long to catch up, did it? But the Ferrari made a second stop, only a brief one. We don't know the reason why Chris Goddard and Charlie Holling stopped again, because they were leading overall after the stops. He's there in 5th, still leading the class, leading Class 3. Team Brit in 6th place lead Class 4. Class 1 is now being led by the number 77 McLaren. I think we may have lost the... where is the Tyrannus? No, that's still there in 10th place. Okay, how long to go? Just under 20 minutes. The pit window will now have closed, I think, but everybody has made their stops. We've lost a couple of cars. Unfortunately, we seem to have lost the number 87 car, which is the Broadbent Hepworth Praga. I don't think that came back out of the pits after its stop, unfortunately, so they've had a problem there. There is the battle in Class 4. That is the number 68 Team Britcar down into 10th place, with the faster cars coming through having made their stops. But he's still got the EDF Motorsport Cupra behind him. 2.38 seconds the gap between those two. There's the Cupra. Great to see Team Brit doing so well, among the favourites for the Class 4 Championship this year for the less powerful cars, taking on the likes of the TCR cars. Through goes 32, that's the Cunningham Porsche. Second in Class 3, they're in 13th place. There's a bit of debris on the road there, I don't know where that's come from. There's the number 84 Praga, that's the Bridle family. They're in 9th place, just behind the Tyrannus, so this is for 8th position. They're in different classes, of course, but continuing their fight from earlier on. So the stops putting some of the GT cars up there amongst the Pragas. They're trying to get past the Cunninghams here in their Porsche, trying to lap the 32 car. There's the 77 car. They're now leading Class 1. I would imagine it's Dave Scaramanga who started that car, and Will Powell has taken over, ahead of Rod Goodman in the 31. This is 6th and 7th overall, just behind the blue Ferrari, which is still leading Class 3. Oh, we've got somebody slowing on the run out of Old Hall. That's the BMW, number 6. Nathan Wells and Mark Stewart with a problem. That car involved a collision in the last round at Snetterton. And more problems for it here, the M3 GTR. So 77 in 6th overall. Competing to be the top non-Prager, I think these two are. Coming up on the Ferrari. They're in different classes, of course. The McLaren a GT3 spec car. There's a flag out there. It's warning of debris, the yellow and red striped flag. There's a bit of debris on the road just coming over Hilltop. That stranded Praga still there at the chicane as well, the 333. The BMW was stopped on the exit of Cascades. I just glimpsed in the background there as the McLaren tried to make a move there. The Ferrari didn't see him. And I think the safety car's coming out again. Yes, it is. We have another safety car. That will, I presume, be for the stranded BMW at Cascades. There's the number 44. Now, where is the Cupra? 18th place. Okay, so this is going to check the progress of the Pragers. Then the first three were still fairly well nose to tail, separated by less than 4 seconds, the top three. There are the leaders, just heading up towards the end of the lap. They'll have seen the safety car boards, they've slowed down. There's 2 back markers ahead of them, the Porsche and the number 7 Praga. So the BMW safety car on track again will pick up our race leader when it can. And there is the leader, Alex Capadia, in the number 111 Praga. Well, so far it's been wins for Lamborghini and Ferrari in the Britcar Endurance Championship overall, but it looks like it is going to be one of the Pragers this time. This is going to close the top 3 up again. The 4th place car, number 91, is the Jack Fabi Charlie Martin car. That's further behind. So the leaders in behind these 2 back markers at the moment as they wait for the safety car to pick them up. The number 7 there, the James Walker Miles Lacey Praga, they're 12th overall. And the Porsche, just behind them, is in 14th. So on different laps, those 2. Porsche, the Fothergill Bennett car, number 69. I'm not sure why the safety car was called here, because that BMW, number 6, which was the car that was stranded at Cascades, I've just spotted has got going. So it may not have been for the BMW. Leaders through Lodge. 13 minutes to go. Well, the board's still out, but I can't see the safety car on track anywhere. And the green flag now does come back out, so we're racing again. And already through into second is the number 85 car there at Old Hall, so wasting no time. 85, Jay Morton and Angus Fender. I think it's Angus in that car, and he's going for the lead as they come up Lakeside towards Island Bend. Look at this. Well, 111 Alex Capadia was caught napping there on that restart. He didn't expect the green flags to go out so suddenly. I don't think he's lost the lead. The 85 car now leads the race, and the 29 is up into second. Well, confusion there. We were waiting for the safety car to appear. It didn't, and then suddenly the green flags came back out as they went into Old Hall. '29 in second place, the triple one down to third one. The Porsche turns in there and he hits the 29. There was contact there. Well, the Porsche here, Marcus Fothergill and Dave Bennett, needs to be watching their mirrors here because they've got Pragas trying to get through, and this is allowing the 85 car to get away. There's the leader, the 85. The 7 is a lap down, and the other two, they can't get past that Porsche of 69, Bennett and Fothergill. They still haven't got past him coming out of Druids there. He's 2 laps down on these Pragas. He needs to let them through because they're trying to fight their way back up onto the tail of the leader. And they've lost so much time here behind the number 69 Porsche. Well, they're not going to be happy there, the CW Performance and Tim Gray Motorsport teams. That was a real confusing restart. And that's allowed the number 85 Praga to pull out a lead of nearly 7 seconds. Now here comes Capadia back again. He's going to go through into second into Cascades. And look at this, number 91, the Charlie Martin and Jack Fabi cars catching them now as well. Through goes Capadia. He's got second position now with just over 10 minutes of the race to go. But it's the 85 Praga Race Academy car of Jay Morton and Angus Fender who has got the lead. And 29 of Wes Mail and Morris still can't get past this Porsche. They're trying to lap it. That Porsche's in 14th place. I think they've got him now as they went into Britain's chicane there. Yes, they've got through, and now Fabi and Martin trying to do the same in the number 91, the Powerhouse Performance Praga. And the Porsche needs to be given a blue flag here. See, it's still fighting with the Pragas here. Does he think he's on the same lap as them? Next behind them is the 138 Audi. Yes, he's got through now, Fabi and Martin, the number 91. Right, what's the lead gap after all that over the last couple of laps then? Number 85, the Praga Race Academy car, has the lead. Well, there's the class standings at the moment then. Praga Race Academy leads from Tim Gray Motorsport in second and number 29 in third. Leader just going through there at Lakeside. Class 1 led by the Motor Swan McLaren. Class 3 led by the Blue Ferrari, number 144. And Class 4 by Team Brit in the Aston Martin. Leader comes over Hilltop. 9 seconds clear now. Although the second place car has just done the fastest first sector of the race, so it had. There goes the leader up Clay Hill, the 85 of Jay Morton and Angus Fender. Going up to lap the Cunninghams in their Porsche, the BMW as well. That's the car we saw stopped at Cascades briefly earlier on. And he's trying to get out of the way of the leader there. The 85 goes through no problem. So it looks like it is going to be a Praga victory, but after that restart, not the car we thought it was going to be. That was a great break by, I think it's Angus Fender on board that machine. It's either him or Jay Morton. As we say, we don't know which driver took the start and which has taken over, unfortunately, so apologies for that. Through the Shell Oils hairpin goes our leader. Through Britons goes the leader up over Hilltop. Just over 7 minutes to go. We should get about 5 more laps out of this. First Goodyear Britcar Endurance Championship race of the day, and it certainly looks like it's going to be the first overall Praga Championship winner of the season. Beyond that, the Motor1 with Moorgate McLaren is now up into 5th place. That's got ahead of Rod Goodman's Praga. Class 3 is still being led by Chris Goddard and Charlie Hollings' Ferrari. And Class 4 by Team Brits. They're still only just ahead of the Seat Cupra of EDF Motorsports. On board with Team Brits. Currently running in 11th overall. They're only just ahead in the class though of the Ash Woodman Martin Byford car. There they are. Well, here they come, chasing the BMW, but that's a lap down after its problems earlier on. Ash Woodman and Martin Byford attacking for a potential class win here if they can get past that Aston Martin. Up towards Island Bend, then into the Shell Oils hairpin. It is great stuff from Team Brit. Looking to keep their title lead in Class 4. 4th overall in the championship coming into this round. Into Britons. It's certainly close, and the Aston a bit sideways there, coming out of the chicane. Can the Cupra TCR touring car catch them? Down to Knickerbrook. The right, the left, the right. That Praga still stranded there on the escape road. This is the best battle in the classes, certainly. The overall lead is now, it was 7.8 seconds. We'll see if Alex Capadia is catching up with 85 of Angus Fender and Jay Morton. Yeah, 7.5 seconds. So he's closing very slightly at the front of the field, but I think he's going to run out of laps because we've got 4.5 minutes to go. Just over. The Class 4 battle heads into Lodge Corner. This is for 11th overall. Well, the Ferrari is safe in Class 3 and 7th overall. Out of Old Hall, down towards Cascades. The Aston has actually pulled away a little bit on that lap, 1.2 seconds now the gap. There's the McLaren, safe at the front of Class 1. Will Powell and Dave Scaramanga in 5th place. Johnny McGregor is back in 8th in the Tyrannus, the only 2 runners in Class 1. So coming towards the end of this one now, just over 3 minutes to go. It's looking good for the number 85 Praga out front of Jay Morton and Angus Fender. They'll be very pleased indeed. As the McLaren through Britons. Yeah, 8.28 seconds is now the lead gap, and a further near 10 seconds back to CW Performance in 3rd place. Losing so much time behind a couple of the back markers. They've got Powerhouse Performance, number 91, not too far behind. A little flash of flame there from the back of the McLaren. Update for Jimmy Broadbent fans just come through. Unfortunately, a gearbox problem for the number 87 Praga has put them out. So hopefully they'll be out for race 2. 2 minutes to go then, so a couple of laps left in this first race for the Goodyear Britcar Endurance and Praga Championship. There goes the Ferrari leading Class 3, just about to be lapped by our overall race leader, number 85. There is the second place car, the 111. There's the leader. There's our Class 3 leader about to be lapped. So it looks like we're going to end up with only about 8 cars on the lead lap at the end of this one. Chris Goddard and Charlie Hollings heading for victory in Class 3. Of course, the Class 3 Championship pace setters, Bon Grimes and Johnny Molem, not here. There's the 84. That's the 8th placed Praga, the second of the VR Motorsport cars. Teammates the number 7. There's the leader. Great performance. They anticipated that restart so well there, to dive past the 2 ahead of them. It's the 29, the 111. There's the 138, the Audi. That's running in 15th place, the Audi TCR. So Praga and the Taranis to be lapped here. 7th and 8th, those two are running. The Taranis up to 7th. And the blue number 84, the Bridles, in 8th. So that's a pair who've got ahead of the Ferrari of Hollings and Goddard. Now coming up to, I think, start his last lap this time. I think they'll get one more lap in here. Number 85 of Jay Morton and Angus Fender. Up and over the line. 1 lap to go. The clock about to count down to 0. Coming up to lap the Taranis, the blue flag waving. Johnny McGregor needs to let the leader through here. He hasn't done so at Cascades. They're getting a bit frantic in here. There's another back marker, the Alberts Aston Martin ahead of them. And Johnny McGregor not letting... I wonder if he thinks that's the bridal car, because they do look similar in your mirrors, the 2 blue Pragas. Now he gets through up the inside. The leader is safely through. I'm wondering if Johnny McGregor thought that was Chris and Ed Bridle's car behind him. That's why he was defending. Up over Hilltop for the last time, down towards Knickerbrook. Well, it looked like they were on for 3rd place. The safety car helped them catch up, and as soon as the green flags came out for that very short caution period, they didn't need asking twice. They shot through into the lead, and it's going to be a popular and somewhat surprise victory for the number 85 Praga Race Academy car. Through Druid's corner for the last time. Lights already flashing at the back marker there, all ready to celebrate as they come through Lodge Corner for the last time. Well done to Jay Morton and Angus Fender. Up out of Deer Leap for the last time. The checkered flag is in sight, and the win goes to number 85 Praga Race Academy. Jay Morton and Angus Fender take the win in Britcar Race 1 here at Oulton Park. 2nd place for Tim Gray Motorsports, driven by Richard Wells and Alex Capadia, 10.7 seconds down. And 3rd place we should see the CW Performance car of Chris Wesemel and Richard Morris. A Praga 1, 2, 3, then another Praga 4th, the Powerhouse Performance number 91 of Jack Fabi and Charlie Martin. The Class 1 prize will go to number 77 of Dave Scaramanga and Will Powell in their McLaren. The Motor Swan Praga will be behind them, driven by Rod Goodman, driving solo in that one. Peter Erteg across the line in his Porsche further back. Class 3 is going to be won by the blue Ferrari, Chris Goddard and Charlie Hollings. They briefly led overall after the pit stops. And who's going to win Class 4? It should be a close fight to the line between Team Brit and EDF Motorsports. They'll be coming up to the line any moment now, I would think. Will it be an Aston Martin or will it be the Seat? They were separated on the last lap by only 0.4 of a second. Through come the 2 Porsches. They're a couple of laps down. And there is the battle in Class 4. It is Team Brit who take the class win. Just behind the Motor Swan McLaren there. Team Brit win Class 4. just ahead of EDF Motorsports in the Cupra. Looks like they're all in now. The BMW, the final finisher, number 6 of Wells and Stewart. We lost 3 cars in that one, unfortunately. The Jaguar F-Type dropped out early on with engine issues. Sadly, we lost Jimmy Broadbent and Jem Hepworth at the pit stops. A gearbox problem putting them out of the race. And the 3 Lions Praga pulled up at Knickerbrook chicane. There's the provisional results then. The Pragas taking the first 4 places. Number 85 of Jay Morton and Angus Fender, the winners. Second for Richard Wells and Alex Capadia, nearly 11 seconds down at the flag. And third for Chris Westmail and Richard Morris. 4th place going to Jack Fabi and Charlie Martin. In 5th place, the first non-Praga, the McLaren, winning Class 1, the number 77 Motus 1 car. 6th was Motus 1's Praga, driven by Rod Goodman. 7th went to the Tyrannus of Johnny McGregor. 8th overall was the number 84 Praga, that's the Bridal family. 9th going to the Class 3 winning Ferrari of Chris Goddard and Charlie Hollings. And 10th going to the number 7 Praga of James Walker and Miles Lacey. Great result for them. Team Brit win Class 4 in 11th overall with the Aston Martin, just ahead of EDF Motorsports in the Cupra. And then in 13th place behind them is the Bespoke Defenders Porsche. The SG Racing Porsche finishing 14th just behind them. Good fight between those for second in Class 3. The Audi TCR car run by Simpsons Motorsport rounding out the top 15. Behind them, we had the Alberts family in their Aston Martin in 16th. 17th was Tim Docker in the Maximum Motorsports VW Golf. 18th place going to the CTR Alpha Tune Cupra, that's the Day and Foster car. 19th to Peter Erseg in his Porsche. Rounding out the top 20, the number 99, Jonathan Beeson, George Healer TCR car in a Golf, not the Seat. The final finisher was the BMW M3 of Digiplat. And of course, we lost the 2 Pragas and the Jaguar F-Type, as I've already mentioned. We'll see the Britcar field back out a little bit later on then. Next up on the programme today is the sole race of the day, 20 minutes plus 1 lap for the CNC Heads Northwest Sports and Saloon Championship.
Britcar Class 1 winners, Dave Scaramanga and Will Powell. Dave, we'll start with you. You did the first stint and you managed to get a decent lead early on.
Yeah, first time racing here in a GT car, so I was excited, didn't know quite what to expect, but it's turned out well. Will did a great stint, so helped me out, and very pleased. Yeah.
And you got an early yellow flag, I suppose, for your stint. You wouldn't have been expecting to pit maybe just so early?
No, I would have probably planned to do another 5 or 10 minutes in the car, but yeah, because of the safety car, we had to come in and do a pit stop, and
Super.
From there.
And coming to you, Will, of course, you got a healthy lead when you started, but you still had to maintain that, and there was all sorts going on track.
Oh, it's busy out there, isn't it? Oulton Park, what can you say? It's just always the same here. So much going on. It's such a great circuit, but it's even the slower Class 4 cars, the back markers with the speed difference we've got in this wonderful GT3 McLaren. It's a job. Dave did a great job just to keep his nose clean and to run round at the front. I actually managed to go off over the grass at one point and had a bit of brake pad knock, which scared me. But other than that, good race, good little battle with the Tyrannus, very clean, so that was great. And really nice to be back on the top step of the podium with this man. Delighted.
Superb, and you've got it all to do again later on this afternoon.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, we better go and have a glass of water.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.